Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Exhumed movie review. Today we're going to be talking about House of Usher. This one comes to us via suggestion from Macabrella. Macabrella is one of my creepy patron peeps. Segue. Thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description box. All right, so upon entering his fiance's family mansion, a man discovers a savage family curse and fears that his future brother-in-law has entombed his bride-to-be prematurely. To add on to that too, obviously, if you couldn't tell from the title of this movie, House of Usher, it is based on Edgar Allan Poe's short story, The Fall of the House of Usher, which is one of my favorites, actually. So first and foremost, we have to talk about Vincent Price in this movie. I feel like literally every movie I've done now, like for an Exhumed review that Vincent Price is in, which is probably like 50% of them at this point, I always have to talk about how good Vincent Price was in the movie, which this is no exception. He's awesome. Like, this is just something so inherently Vincent Price. He just brings a sense of like classiness about this movie that really fits because it's Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like anything that has to do with Edgar Allan Poe is just like classy and classic, and Vincent Price is also classy and classic, so the two just go great together. And I really loved watching him in this role. I feel like Vincent Price did the kind of like classy and like interesting and alluring, but you know, underlying sinister eeriness really well. Does that make any sense? Did I just form a complete sentence? Like, he seems like a nice, you know, polite, proper character all the time, but there's always like kind of just this underlying sense of like dread or danger about him, which I really like. I also like that this movie did not feel as short as it was. I think the movie is only like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that, which that seems like, you know, most movies are an hour and 30 minutes. I feel like that, you know, 10-minute difference doesn't make that big of a difference, but a lot of times I feel like those movies go really fast. This one doesn't feel as short as the movie is, which is actually a good thing, I think. I really liked the style of this movie. I loved the set design. I loved everything about it. I especially loved the paintings that were in the movie. There's a point where Roderick is showing Mr. Winthrop the paintings of his ancestors, his family, the dreaded Usher family. And the paintings are so creepy. Like, they're the things nightmares are made of. But at the same time, like 100% would hang them in my room. Like, I want those paintings. There's also like this really, really trippy dream sequence that, you know, it's like the one sequence in the movie where I'm like, oh, this is a Roger Corman film. It's a really trippy dream sequence that's actually really terrifying. Like, Winthrop is having a nightmare, is suspicious that Madeline has been buried alive and things, so he's having a nightmare about this, and there's like these really freaky characters that are like, you know, they look like they're dead. Like, they're probably like the member, like, I imagine they're the members of the Usher family, and you know, they're dead, and they're going after Winthrop in the dream, and they're like moaning and screaming and things, and it's really freaky, a really freaky dream. I think the twist of the movie really played out well, and I like the way they built up tension and built up to Madeline's death. And then like the chaos of, you know, when, sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't read The House of Usher, she, you know, it's discovered that she wasn't dead when she was buried. I feel like that, like, it played out really well, and it was still really exciting to watch, even as somebody that knows what's going to happen. I wasn't so much a fan of them changing why Winthrop goes to the House of Usher. Really quickly, in the short story, the character, Winthrop's character, is Roderick's friend in the story, and Roderick reaches out to his friend and asks him to come by because he feels like things are going wrong and he's going to die and things like that. obviously the character of Madeline is still there, and you know, she gets buried alive and all of that, but it's not about like the romance between the two or anything. Like, that's not why that character comes to the house to take Madeline away. The only reason why I didn't like that change is because I feel like it made Roderick's character more villainous than I saw him in the story. Because obviously, because of the Usher's condition, which, you know, you can choose to believe or not believe. I feel like they kind of leave that in the air. Same within the Poe story, it kind of leaves that in the air, whether you want to believe that or not. Roderick doesn't want Madeline to leave at all, and Winthrop wants to take her away and feels like he'll make her better if she's not in that house with her brother, who's clearly mad, at least from Winthrop's point of view. So I feel like adding the romance aspect in there makes Vincent Price's character more villainous, whereas I saw Roderick as more of a tragic character in this story. Like, at least the way I see it as somebody who is very, very sick. And I think that kind of makes it a bit more tragic that he goes mad and buries his sister alive. And yeah, I just felt it was more tragic in this story, and this made it more like good versus evil or something. Was House of Usher worth it? Yes, yes, yes. Please suggest more Edgar Allan Poe adaptations for me to review because I love them. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 on IMDb. It has a solid 7 out of 10, and on Rotten Tomatoes it has a 90% critic score and a 73% audience score. Nothing on Roger Ebert. I watched this via Amazon Video. I was actually surprised I have 2 Vincent Price collections, like, and not a single like movie included in either of those collections is House of Usher, which I thought was insane. Anyways, I saw it on Amazon Video, so I'll leave an affiliate link for that in the description box if you want to check out the movie that way. If you use that link, it does help out my channel, but no pressure. So if you've seen House of Usher, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. As always, you can find me at all the normal social media places. The links for those are in the description box. You can also find me on my blog at nightmaremaven.com, on morbidlybeautiful.com as a contributing writer, and on youtube.com/morbidlybeautiful on their YouTube channel. You can also find me at patreon.com/nightmaremaven if you want to check that out and support the channel. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.